All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the February Council-wide Troop Leader meeting. It is so good to see everyone. And today we have a big focus on Scoutbook Plus and what the benefits of doing with it for the troop. And we're going to talk about a couple other things as well. But first, I want to introduce myself. If you don't know who I am, my name is John Whitaker. I'm the field director for the Greater Hudson Valley Council. Also on the call, I have the field staff with me. We have Eric Lewis, field manager that handles the Algonquin and Mohegan districts.
Hello.
Liam Montgomery, the field manager, handles Croton River and Dutchess districts. He says hi, he's on mute. And then Kim Gifford, as well, she handles the west side of the river, Hudson, Delaware, and Rockland. Kim?
Hi.
Also, we have a special guest, kind of someone that we can bounce questions off of, Natalie Tucker, who is the I think committee chair, right,
Yep.
of Troop 12 in Pleasantville, and Natalie has some good perspective because her troop recently, in the last year, I think, switched over from Troop Master to using Scoutbook. So I'm going to do my best. Getting through the presentation and showing some screenshots of things that I was able to collect. And then when you guys ask questions, we're going to rely heavily on Natalie's expertise. And then anyone else that wants to chime in with some of their things as well, be much appreciated. So I think we have some people here that have never been to a troop-wide leader meeting. So this is how it works. We have an agenda set. This is going to last about an hour, probably just under an hour. Instead of a safety moment, we're going to be doing an admin moment. And then we have five things that we want you to know for upcoming up for this with the council, and then we're going to jump right into Scoutbook, and then open floor where you can ask questions about anything you'd like. If it's about Scoutbook or anything else, uh, definitely do so. So let's move on to admin moment. Our favorite topic, certificates of insurance. Kim.
So thank you again, John, for a very exciting topic, insurance. Um, so if we have any committee chairs out there or the people who are doing the administrative work, you might know that our national insurance policy, same insurance that we use, that you use, is coming up for renewal. So every year it expires on March 1st. We have not got that updated policy from the National Council yet. Um, so if you have put in a request, hopefully you are waiting patiently, and as soon as we get it, we will be getting it out to you. Believe me, we're not holding anything back. All insurance requests. So if you're meeting, most likely that's school, whatever facility you're meeting at, is looking for a certificate of insurance. Maybe you're selling a product somewhere, that storefront, they would also want that certificate insurance. And another big one, for the troops would be your Eagle Scout projects. So all requests, there is a form on our website. So ghvscouting.org/insurance. So John just showed us, but also on the toolbar, the volunteer resource toolbar, you go down and it says insurance. So as soon as you get there, you have the blue clickable link right up there. And you can click in there, and it's going to walk you through a bunch of questions. Just fill it out the best that you can. You might not understand it. Fill it out the best that you can. Um, okay, what slide do you have next, John? Or are you going back?
Are you all good?
Yeah, um,
Just want to touch on the accident and health insurance.
yeah. So accidents, remember any accidents, even if, little Johnny or big Johnny is at a meeting, he fell, say he broke his arm, mom and dad took him to the hospital or urgent care, they put a cast, mom and dad said, he is fine, don't worry about it, I have insurance, we're all good. Still submit accident reports. big or small. Remember near misses too. You're camping and a tree falls right next to that tent. No one's hurt. Near misses should get reported to. Soon as you go on our website, on the very top, it says incident reporting right there, John. Thank you. So those are easy to put in, minute two tops. So say that Big Johnny who broke his arm, month two later, mom and dad have hospital bills that they didn't anticipate. There is a place to submit those, but we really need to know about the accident beforehand.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so
Anytime there's an accident or anything like that, incident report has to be filed. That's the first step to getting all set. One thing I forgot to put in my slide there, I'm putting the email in the chat, but if you have any questions regarding insurance, all questions should be directed to ghv.service@scouting.org. There, Christine is the main person in the office that gets those questions, and she is our expert. But she handles the certificates of insurance, and then when she's out, other people in the office also can help as well. But definitely any insurance questions can be sent there. And as soon as we get the updated insurance policy from the National Council, we will start sending it out to everyone that needs a certificate of insurance. So thank you, Kim. Next up, 5 things that we think you should know coming up. So we have about 2 weeks left before the Silver Beaver nominations are due. That is the highest award a council can bestow upon a volunteer. And so if you have someone in mind, you can head on over to ghvscouting.org/Silver Beaver, or scan that QR code and find the nomination form. So if you have any questions on a certain volunteer, maybe not sure if they have Silver Beaver or anything like that, you can email us or you can email the council office and just say, hey, does this scouter have Silver Beaver? Or if you want to nominate someone and you don't quite have all their history, we can provide you that scouter's person profile and give you some of their training histories, if they've done wood badge, stuff like that. Um, Speaking of wood badge, coming up March 15th, from 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at Ollie Park in Walden is the our second annual Wood Badge Fellowship Dinner. Everyone's invited. If you already completed your ticket, if you're working on your ticket or you're interested in Wood Badge, just come on over. It is a fun day. Also returning this year is our Earth Day council-wide service project. So all you have to do for the troop or any unit can participate in a community service in their community. And you fill out a form, let us know how many patches you need, and you're going to get a patch. This is the patch that we are giving out this year for Earth Day. Also, very excited for the Council Camporee. The Grand American Camporee is taking place May 1st through 3rd. It's for all Scouts PSA troops, crews, Sea Scout ships, even Aero Light and Weeblo Scouts can come for the day, but it is going to be May 1st through 3rd at Thomas Bull Memorial Park. Registration's already open. The Leader's Guide is coming out Friday, and we are so excited to get going on that. There's lots of really fun programs there. Also, summer camp opportunities. So for the troops, you can either go to Camp Reed for a week-long program there. If you haven't been there or heard about it, definitely check it out. Let us come to your troop. We can talk about Camp Reed. Even if you're going, you want someone from the camp staff to come and promote it to some of the new families that you have. Will come out. And also we have some day camping opportunities at Camp Bulua for the Scouts PSA Scouts, and also an Eagle Week as well. And that's the last week in July. So those are the 5 things that you need to know. And let's dive right into Scoutbook. All right. So Scoutbook Plus. This is something that you should all understand with Scoutbook is that this is a national program that has been going on for a number of years, at least since 2018, is it has evolved a lot over time. It is now Scoutbook Plus, or the old term for that was Internet Advancement. They've merged them together, and this really is a terrific tool that you can use to keep track of your advancement, your roster, the patrols, the leadership stuff, tracking merit badges, connecting merit badge counselors, keeping track of your calendars, activities, service hours, Order of the Arrow stuff, a whole bunch of different stuff. And it is being updated all the time. They send updates out weekly that you can follow online, and the updates for the troops, because this is the newest. The Scoutbook Plus for PAX came out, I think, a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, and the troop one just came out, not that long ago. So lots of fun stuff here. You know, um, so when you log in, this is what you see. And to get going on it, um, what's important to know is that, troops new to Scoutbook, you need to have a Key 3 member set up unit roles in My Scouting. So one of the things that's different between the Scoutbook Plus versus the old Scoutbook is that it is based on however you are registered in Scouting America. So if you are an assistant scoutmaster, or a committee member, you might not have the same permissions that you had in the old scout book. That has to be given to you by a member of the Key 3. You're not sure who the Key 3 is. That is the scoutmaster, committee chair, or the charter rep. So if you've never logged into Scoutbook Plus before, um, you either go to advancements.scouting.org, or what I like to do is when I'm in my.scouting.org in my profile, I go to the right here, Scouting America web links, and I click Scoutbook Plus. And then you log in using your credentials that you had for my.scouting. One login per person. If you have any problems logging in, you need to reset your password, or you just can't figure it out, you can always email ghv.support@scouting.org, and one of the ladies here will be able to reset your password or help you get in, no problem. So this is what when you log in, you'll see. Now, you might see some stuff say pack, some troop. Is updating different presentations between the Cub Leader meeting, and then also, my limitations in terms of what I can see, because I'm not registered in a troop, but I am registered in a pack. So, we'll go through it. Just know that if it says pack, that's okay. It's also for troops, though. All right. So when you log in, your troop rosters is what you're going to see. Um, Adults and parents, they will automatically appear, and they'll be linked to the scout. So it's whatever's based on however they're registered, right? So if you have a scout that doesn't have a parent connected, which is you should have, you can either take care of that yourself, or you can ask the council to update the scouts relationship, the link to an adult. So you can email the ghv.support email address there, and we can connect people to make sure that they have a parent associated with the scout. Um, so this is what it looks like. It'll show, last rank approved, things like that, different patrols. Um, Also, a nice feature here with your troop roster is when you go on to this side here, um, to click filtered, if you only want to see youth, or you want to see the participants 18 plus, adults, things like that, you can do that. Or you can look at the different patrol names here. This troop has some interesting patrol names, there's the Crazy Chickens Patrol, I'm My Own Grandpa Patrol. The kids are very creative these days, so you can view things like that. And then also read the troop roster, some other things that you can organize it as a troop, right? So the Tiny Tims here, you can see their rank. That's the rank that they last earned. So like this scout here, the last rank they earned was Arrow Light. So that scout probably just bridged over, and they are working on the scout rank. Then you can also see who's eligible to renew. You can also see if they're youth, what age they are, things like that. So managing your patrol, um, you can go in there and you can add new patrols. You can change the patrol names. Then you can add members of the troop to specific patrols. And then when you're in the patrols, I can't remember exactly what they call it. It's like a subunit, I believe they call it. Subunits. Then you can add um, the leadership positions within the patrol as well. The other big part of Scoutbook with is entering advancement. So I couldn't pull a lot of really good screenshots here, but what I was able to see is that the scouts, what parents can see, this is a scouts um, rank journey so far. So they have earned second class. They're starting first class. It looks like they are on their way for Star, Life, and Eagle. That probably is reflected to how many merit badges that they've earned, which you can also see here. So like, and then you can see what dates that they've earned the merit badges over here. And then there's another section with Scoutbook where you can see all the different awards that the Scouts have earned. And this is goes back to when they were in Cub Scouts as well. As you can see, they have listed their National Summertime Pack Award. Then they have their Scouts BSA Fireman Chit, and then Recruiter Strip that they earned in 2019, and then their Religious Emblem as well. So those are all the things that you can see within Scoutbook under a Scout's profile, and and then your leaders and parents can see where they stand. Another nice feature that I don't think that a lot of people take advantage of is the event calendar that troops can use. So this is one that I used recently for my Cub Scout packs Pinewood Derby. But you get the gist of what it could be. You can make this for all your troop meetings. Maybe you have PLCs or committee meetings. You can also set to invite only leaders. And then campouts you can also have there. So you just create the event, and you can have people RSVP to it. That's a good way to get people to sign up. Also, after the event, you can keep track of attendance. And when you do that, you'll see the scouts' names listed here, and you can just toggle, did they attend or did they not attend? And you can even have an attendance tracker for adults and parents as well. Scoutbook messaging. Um, this is a really good thing. You can, one of the things that I learned in the previous meeting I was just in is that, yes, you can send messages to just, certain patrols, just, youth and parents, whatever you needed to go to, you can do that. I don't know if attachments can be on with the Scoutbook messaging yet. So you have to do that another way. But if you want us to send out messages, you can do it through there as well. What I like here, right, it keep kind of nice reminder of scouts in keeping with youth protection's no one-on-one contact rule. Remember to copy your parents or guardian whenever you do emails. Um, and then reports. There's a lot of reports with Scoutbook. It is actually more reports that I saw with troops than with Cub Scout packs, and then you can create customized reports as well that you need for your troops. So some of the stuff here is like OA eligibility report. You can run that, and there's lots of really interesting things with the reports for Scoutbook. So there's a lot of stuff to kind of deep dive into it. And the best advice that I have for anyone that's looking to try is to just open it up, play around with it for a little bit, and then check out some of the forums. So those are all the prepared slides that I have about Scoutbook. I wanted to give an opportunity, if Natalie, if you could fill in any of the blanks I may have missed, some of the best practices, and maybe talk a little bit about your troop master switching.
Yeah, happy to.
Thank you.
Um, so we have been on True Master for many, many years and had a lot of folks across the advancement committee and among the Scout Masters that were really comfortable with Troop Master. So we were very slow to kind of transition over, but we used our expiration of Troop Master to kind of get ourselves into gear. So what we did to kind of smooth the transition was commit to having Troop Master through June of 2026 and knowing that that would be sort of our deadline. And so we spent last summer really transitioning all of the Scout information from Troop Master to Scoutbook, which I'm happy to talk a little bit more about. We had a tech savvy parent that did a lot of the heavy lifting there. And then we really spent the fall um, kind of promoting Scoutbook and talking a lot about that. So I might just kind of take a big step back and talk about some of the reasons why we ultimately moved to Scoutbook and how we position that for the troop, because it was a big change for folks, but one that's been received really well. As of January 1, we are fully over into Scoutbook. We have Troop Master sort of as a backup if we're like want to double check something, it's still there. We have it through June. But we're fully moved over to Scoutbook for everything. So a couple of the things that we highlighted with our families, which was well received, is just, I mean, the real-time integration with Scouting America so that the advancement records in particular are just automatically synced and updated. So parents and scouts have easy access to all of that information as soon as it's coming up. Troop Master was something that we tried to get families into the last couple of years, and um, it was unsuccessful. We never really were successful in getting families to kind of log in and more actively manage their own records within Troop Master. So we really pitched that pretty hard with Scoutbook. So total access to that, total transparency, so that anytime a parent can go in and look at their Scouts record, see kind of what's going on and how things are. And it's nice to see too the kids going in. So we had a couple of meetings that we sort of positioned as like set up a tech desk where we just set up a table. Any of the kids that were over the age of 13, they came over with their phones. We helped them log in. We walked them through Scoutbook. We had them look at all of their advancement. You know, does this kind of look right? Do you have any questions? And so it was a really good way to make sure that all the scouts knew, like, hey, I can pull my phone up and I can look at my records. And it's something that the adult leaders have been encouraging them to do. Well, I don't know where you're at, where you're at, Timmy. Let's pull up your Scoutbook and take a look. So that was another big selling point. We're also seeing more and more, I don't know about you guys, but we're seeing more and more that merit badge counselors are using virtual blue cards. And so transitioning and doing the merit badge tracking within Scoutbook has been a big plus. We have a lot of folks that are going to, whether it's the merit badge college or going to kind of other events around the district, and the ability to kind of virtually connect with that scout and not have to worry about tracking a blue card was a big selling point. It's mobile friendly, so the scouts, parents, they can just access it on their phones. I talked a little bit about the scouts over 13, how we walked them through it. Scouts that are younger than 13, we had them come with their parents and sit down at our tech desk and said, okay, everybody log in, everybody can see everything. And so the parents saw that they could pull it up on their phones as well. And then all of the email tools, which John just talked about a minute for a couple of minutes there, that's been really helpful. So we have a troop newsletter that we send out once a week, and we were using MailChimp to do that. And so we kind of constantly had this, because Troop Master's email setup wasn't great, wasn't super intuitive, though we did use Troop Master as well. But we had sort of some things in Troop Master, some things going out via MailChimp. And we often found that, especially when a new scout joined or a scout dropped, kind of manually maintaining that list was a big lift for the volunteers that were doing that. And so now we're transitioned all of our emails coming through Scoutbook. I've spent a lot of time talking to Gemini, trying to figure out like the hacks and tips and tricks about email and Scoutbook. And there are a couple things that, it has something, it has some fixes it needs to get in. As John just mentioned, you can't do attachments. You can do attachments in regular Scoutbook, but not in Scoutbook Plus. So if I need to send an attachment, I just go back into regular Scoutbook to do that. But I've been kind of following along with some of the different forums, and it sounds like a lot of those updates are coming to Scoutbook Plus. The old Scoutbook You had to use like a markup language if you wanted to bold or italicize something. All of that is now intuitive with Scoutbook Plus. You can easily sort of structure it. Has a nice little header. It puts the fleur-de-lis in kind of a Scouting America, so it looks very professional. And as John said, it automatically includes parents and gives that sort of too deep leadership messaging, which has been great. So we've had a really good experience with it. It has, it's been about a 6 month process now, but it's actually gone smoother than we thought it would. We haven't had complaints from parents. We haven't had a whole bunch of parents that are like, oh, I can't log in or I'm not getting emails. Like all of that worked pretty well. So that's been our experience with Scoutbook so far.
That's awesome. Thank you, Natalie. I appreciate that so much. Um, I would love to. Do we have any questions? Does anyone have any questions that they'd like to ask right now before I want to show a screen? How many troops have public facing websites? It's a good question.
I, I,
I don't
I know
know.
we're about to.
Oh, good.
It's been something, does Scoutbook have that? I haven't seen that functionality in Scoutbook. John, I don't know if you have. Ours is, we're doing it through a Google hosted
Hmm.
site because we have a nonprofit account through Google, and so we're doing it through there.
Okay. Yeah, I know some troops have had websites like that where they do it through Google sites.
Yeah, we should to ask Scoutbook to add that to the backlog.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Yeah.
All right, the tech savvy things. So there is an automation software called UI.Vision. And so he created an automation for each rank, which he then ran for each scout. So he has a job where he works at home, and so he basically ran this automation in the background, and then all of those scripts um, existed for the scouts. So he told me that I could let you guys know that if there is someone, a tech savvy parent that you would like him to kind of connect with, he's happy to. He has all of those scripts that he created as JSON files, and so he can export the JSON files, and so someone else could use those scripts if they, are familiar with an automation software or use UI Vision. So it took him probably about a week of just sort of running the automation in the background while he was just kind of doing his day to day. And then there were a couple things that we caught that we had to kind of go in and manually fix. But the bulk of everything was an automated sort of transition, which was huge because otherwise you're kind of doing it all manually. It would have taken us a while to do that and would have required more volunteer hours.
Right. And this was to switch from Troop Master, right,
This
to
was just switch from
Scout
Troop
Book.
Master. Yeah. I mean, and I will say that it's one of those like, if I had it to do over again, if we would have just started it a couple of years ago, it would have been so much easier. But the
Hmm.
troop had grown quite a bit, so we had 45 kids that we had to kind of manually pull everything out of Troop Master and transition it to Scout Book. So it was just a lot of records.
Okay. Awesome. Any other questions for Natalie? One of the things that I remember, some of the benefits of Scout Book, right, is it's free, right? It doesn't cost you anything, so that's a good thing. I know some folks actually thought that it was not free, but so that's one of the benefits for it. But with Scout Book, I'm going to share my screen. It is very heavily, there's lots of forums for Scout Book, and in the previous meeting we just had, we had a Cub Scout pack leader who, if you ask a question, you'll get an answer within 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So definitely utilize this. But if you go to Scout Book, and then this page is the introduction for troops to use Scout Book, right? It has different videos that you can see. It talks a little, it goes into more in depth of what I just talked about. Shows you videos, some more specific things, and then you can see over here on the right, it'll talk about PO reports to purchase badges, which you can run those reports. You print the PO reports, and then you can send it to the scout shop. They'll pull the order for you. Then, they can either ship it to you, or you can pick it up, or even, Eric's favorite thing to do is to come up here to Fishkill and then drive it back down to someone down in Rye or something. Right, Eric?
Yes, it's the Eric Lewis delivery system.
Yeah, yeah, more
Best
efficient
system
than
around. Woohoo!
more efficient than uh me doing it, that's for sure. So, anything we can do to help you guys for sure. But you can do this, order online. And yeah, all this stuff is there. It's just, it can be daunting because it's a lot of information. It's drinking from a fire hose. And the important thing is just to try it out and play with it a little bit and, you know, see what works well for you guys.
I will say, and I don't, maybe this isn't the like what Scoutbook would want, but I really did have a lot. Gemini is the AI that I tend to use in my day to day. And as a first stop, if I was trying to figure out like how do I do this or where can I find this, I would just ask Gemini and then like kind of click on those links that it gives to sort of dig into the actual sources on this website and others. But it was also like there's tons of Reddit threads and like communities that are sort
Yep.
of talking about, especially for email, about how kind of their like tips and tricks for using email and like the changes between Scoutbook and Scoutbook Plus. There are I found like Google plugins to help on the old Scoutbook with some of the things I wanted to do there. So like that might be a shortcut worth if you just have a question and you're kind of digging around in these pages, maybe as a starting point, whatever sort of search engine or AI that you use could be helpful. I know I certainly found it helpful, and I know our advancement committee has been using it as well when they're trying to kind of figure things out as well.
Awesome. And just for the folks that may not know, Gemini, right, that's the AI
Sorry,
that's
it's Google's AI.
Google's AI. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So right. So here I hit home. This is the knowledge base for Scoutbook. But click Scoutbook here, Scoutbook Plus, and then it's a whole bunch. It just starts off with the most common things. Um, it's just a lot of information. So you can search anything and hopefully it'll help you out. Any questions before we move on to other topics? Okay. If you think of anything, let me know. But let me get this back up.
And John has my
Yep, go ahead.
information if you're
Yep.
happy to, I'm happy to answer questions if, John can give my email. I don't have a problem with that if you want to kind of chat through anything else or connect with my
Sure.
tech
You want
site.
to put it in the chat,
Sure.
Natalie?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. All right. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us, the field staff here, and we're more than willing to help you out, and point you in the right direction, for anything that you may need. And I want to open it up, open floor. I'd love to hear from you guys. What else is happening around the council? Do you have any questions about some other stuff coming up? Did everyone sign up for Merit Badge College? I hope you got the merit badges that you hoped for. Anyone have any questions that they'd like to
Great
ask?
job. This is my first time signing up for stuff, and I was like, woohoo, off to the races. So congrats. I love this fabulous materials. I love the guide and the updated guide and everything. And so awesome job, Eric.
Yes, it is a bit of a hectic first hour, but everything always falls into place.
Just so just for the folks that when I got to the office a little late this morning, I pulled in and it was 10:06 when I got out of my car and I took a look at my phone and saw in the 6 minutes since it was open, there was like 160 people already signed up for Merit Badge College. So Eric, what are we at right now? Do you know?
I haven't checked since, but during the staff meeting, I took a look and we were at 332.
We're
Yeah,
at
take a look.
346 plus
Okay.
another 15 for out of council.
Yes,
Okay.
tomorrow is the regroup day after everyone who didn't get their badges signs up for something. So that number goes up.
Yep. So yeah, there's some badges still open and all that good stuff. So very appreciative. big undertaking that a lot of moving parts. So, hey Mo,
Hey, I'm sorry I joined a little late, but
it's okay. We can redo the whole thing if you want.
no, it's okay.
Okay, anything for you, Mo.
Thank you.
I know you got a Klondike Derby coming up. You got to get ready for it too. So, does
Yeah.
anyone have any questions?
Actually, with the Merit Badge College, when do they send out like for the maybe it's in there the like you find out who the teachers are for it?
We're sending stuff out to the teachers next week, the class list, to reach out to y'all, so that way we have at least some time for the schedules to settle.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
So early next week.
Yeah.
And I think I missed it when I was registering this morning, but was there a option for t-shirts this year?
No, just given the abbreviated time between sign up and there, no t-shirts since I couldn't guarantee they get there, and shipping a t-shirt is a lot more complicated than you might think from the one year we had to go all virtual. I learned that lesson.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that. Okay. All right,
That was
thank you.
fun. There's gonna be t-shirts at the camporee though.
There will be special anniversary t-shirts.
All right.
For the camporee, that we have the units been asked to participate? I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, well, the leader guide is just coming out this Friday, Mo. And the Camporee committee is beginning to reach out. They've finalized a lot of the programs, and we're looking to add more. So be on the lookout.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, hey, if you don't have any other questions, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Natalie. Thank you again. And this, we're gonna post this to YouTube and then also the slides as well. Many people asked for the recording already, so we always do that for all our council-wide meetings, is posting the video. So. With that, again, I thank you all very much for coming to this month's meeting. Look forward to seeing you next month.